Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the 8th day of our IPSR Advanced AI Training Plus Internship program. Today, we will continue with Django Part 2. This is the session topic, and this is going to be taken by Jonah Satheesh, who took the first part yesterday. Okay. Now, Jonah, do you want to wait for a few minutes? I think there's only...
Sure. Well, let's wait 5 minutes.
Yeah, all right, okay. I think you can start. Okay, let the rest join. Yeah.
Sure.
People joined it, right?
So, good evening, everyone. Let me share my screen first. Okay, so in our last session, we had an introduction to Django. We saw the fundamentals of web development, and we set up our development environment and started our first Django project. So today, we are going to continue our project, and by the end of today's session, we will have a working e-commerce site with all credit operations and a database. So yeah, let's continue with the So I'll be showing you what we did last time. So here's where we left off. So we started the Django project. We made 2 pages, a home page and a product page, and we linked both of the pages. So I'll show you what we did last time. You can run the server by the command python manage.py run server and just click on the link to open the server. So this is what we did last day. So just a welcome message in the home page and a link that will direct you to a products page. So we are going to edit the this project to make it an e-commerce website. So I'm thinking of making a candle website. Like we are going to sell premium candles in our website. So that's what the agenda is going to be. So for that, I have selected a template. You can just search free e-commerce templates, and a lot of templates are available for free. So the one I'm going to use is this one right here. I'll show you a live preview for this one. So this is actually a footwear website. So we'll modify the whole website to make it according to our needs. So there's a banner, there's a caption. These 2 are categories, and you can see the products here. And I think you can also see the category page here and the product details page. So this is our website right now. And so I'm going to download the template right now. Actually, I already downloaded the template. You can just download it by clicking on download here. So mine's already downloaded in the desktop down here. So this is what you'll get. So you will get the CSS, the fonts, the images, JavaScript, SASS, and a lot of HTML pages. So we are going to take all of these data into our project. So first we are going to paste all of the HTML, pages into our website. So let's select each one of them. Except this one. So I'm going to copy all of these HTML pages, and inside our templates folder, I'm going to paste them. I'm using Control V to paste. So I have pasted all of the HTML pages. As you can see, there's a lot of code for all of the HTML pages for each page. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to delete our old pages. So we had a home page and we had a product page. I'm going to delete both of those files. instead, this index.html will be our new home page. I'm going to delete the products also. Okay. And I have to change the views for that. So our new home page is the index page. So I'll rename the function to index. And the new products page, let me just remove this function for now. Similarly, I have to change the URLs also. I'm going to remove the products URL. I'm going to change the home URL to the index URL and the name to index. Okay, now let me show you how the website looks right now. So I'm going to refresh the page. So this is how the website looks right now. So all of the data has been included, but the JavaScript, the fonts, the images, and the CSS has not been registered in here because we haven't included them in our project yet. But all the other text data has been included in the website now. So the next thing we want to do is we can't just drag and drop these folders here and expect it to work. We have to do some systematic works for that. So first, right click on the apps folder and then create a new folder called static. The name should be exactly what it says, static. And inside the static folder, we are going to paste all of the assets. So the .ss, cache, CSS, fonts, images, JavaScript, and SASS. All of these folders we are going to paste inside the static folder. Okay. So all 6 folders have been pasted here. We no longer need this page. Let's close it. Okay. So just because we pasted it, it doesn't work like that. Now we have to connect all of the files into our HTML page. So first, just look at our index page. The first thing we want to do to load our static files is for every HTML page, we have to give a tag called load static. So it's a Django specific tag. It's a Jinja template tag. So Jinja template is usually done in curly brackets and percentages. And inside that we write load static. So now the static files are loaded, but the files are called in a normal way, css/animate.css. But we should also include these links as a Jinja template. So we should change each link into the Jinja template. So to do that, first we have to enclose the whole link in a single quotes. Then we have to enclose them in curly brackets. Curly brackets and double percentage. And inside the double percentage, we are going to paste each link like this. And we have to include the term static. So this is how we are going to change each and every one of these links. First, curly bracket, percentage, and a keyword called static. That's what we have used here. And the link inside single quotes. Then we are going to close the tag. So I'm just going to copy the prefix here and paste it for each one. So for all of the CSS files, we have pasted it. And now we have to come to the bottom of the page. Here we have the JavaScript files. Similarly, here also we have to paste them. Okay, now we can add the suffix. I'm just going to copy this and paste them one by one. Now to the JavaScript files. Okay, so we have enclosed all of the JavaScript and CSS links in Jinja template. So let's see how it shows right now. See, as you can see, the CSS and JavaScript is now working, except for the images. We haven't still enclosed the images, but all of the CSS and JavaScript is working. But the links won't work right now because, as I said in the last session, the links are not working, won't be working the same way as ahref tags work in HTML. We have to include them in Jinja. So just like the index page, for all of these HTML pages, you can see link hrefs like this. But we are not going to do for each one of them. Instead, we are going to make render all of the pages dynamically in just one single page. To do that, we will be creating a new HTML called base.html. And before that, we have to include some lines of code in our URLs file. So since we are including our static files and image files, for them to work properly every time, you have to include them explicitly in our project URLs file. Remember, you have two URLs file. One is for your application and one is for your project. And the main URLs file is always our project file. So here we are going to include some settings. So beneath the URL patterns, you can give a condition. If you are checking if the settings allows debugging, so if settings dot debug colon, the settings is in a yellow underline because it's not imported. I'm going to import it from Django. From Django.conf import settings. So inside this if condition, I'm going to give two URL patterns. The first one would be we are including static files plus or equal to so the statics should also be included. We are importing the static from Django.conf.urls.static. We are importing static. Okay. You don't have to by heart any of these lines. It's always available in the Django documentation. And static URL. And the second URL pattern would be for the media. Plus so equal to static and the media URL. Yeah. So you have the static URL and the media URL. I'll explain why these are for later. Okay, so that's that. You can close all URLs. So for our Django website, as I said, we will be making a candle website. So it will be an e-commerce website that sells candle. And the categories for this website will be, because we have a category page here. So the categories for the website will be like, I think we can do fragrance or color or something like that. And we are not going to include an about page for this website. So I'm going to delete that. And a wish list is also not required for the website. So I'm going to delete that also. The rest of the pages we will be using, and we will be adding a few more HTML along the way. Okay, so the first thing we got to do is, I have to change the names of these files from hyphen to underscore because sometimes it might show an error. So order complete and product details, I'm going to change the name from the hyphens to underscores. Okay, that's good. And now what we have to do is we want to create views and URLs for all of these HTML pages. So we have already created one for index.html. So similarly, we are going to create one for each of these one except the base.html. We don't need bases for dynamically rendering all of the pages. So we don't need a view for that. Except for base, we are going to create one for each. So let's do that. Dev. The first one is no. Let's do contact first. Men.html. Okay, we're not going to use men. Instead of men, I think let's change the name to, let's say, shop. We can display all of the products in the men file, and we have one called women too. So instead of that, we'll make it category. Okay, so now we have cart, category, checkout, contact, index, order complete, product detail, and shop. Okay, now let's make it accordingly. Dev category. Dev shop. Dev product detail. Dev cart. Dev checkout. Order. Order complete. Should be underscore here and underscore here also. So is that all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. So we created views for all of the files. Now we have to create URLs for the same. So I'm going to go to URLs. I'm going to create path for each one of them. Let's do contact. Let's do category. Let's do shop. Let's do product. I will just remove this one for now. Cart, checkout, order complete. Is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Okay. So that's all of the URLs for now. We'll be adding more later on. So now, So now let's go to the base.html. So what we're essentially going to do is that we are going to check all of these files and see what common data all of them share. And we are going to bring all of the common HTML data into the base.html. So we don't have to modify or edit for each of the pages. So the uncommon data we should edit for each of the page, but the common data will be stored in base.html and they will be rendered dynamically from the base to other files. Okay, so let's start with index. The index.html, and let's compare it with contact. Let's and contact. Okay. So basically, as you can see, the first lines are all similar. We have the headers, the head section is all the same. And the starting view color lib border is the same. And coming to the navigation page, container, and it's also the same. And here we have the navigation bar. We have that here too. That's the same. And here we have the advertisement bar. We have that here too. So that's also same. So the nav has been closed, and here comes the breadcrumbs section. Okay. After the nav has been closed, everything is different. So until the navigation bar, things are the same. So after that, it's different. So the common part is until the nav bar. So let's just check for one or two other files also. Let's go to shop and check. This is the same. It's the same. These are all the same until the navigation bar. Then it starts, the breadcrumbs section starts. So for index section, it's not available. So for all of the HTML files, until the navigation bar is the same. So we are going to select all of this. We are going to cut them and paste it in the base.html file. Yeah. So that's common here. Also, you have to write load static. Load static is a tag used to load the static files. So this basically makes this file Jinja template work. So without this file, none of the CSS files will be displayed on our website. Okay. So the starting part is okay, over. So let's look at the ending part of our websites too. There might be common data there too. Let's go to the bottom and check with the contact page. Okay, so let's compare the index and contact page. So these are all the same, as you can see. Okay, it has two extra lines common extra in the contact page. I'm just going to copy it and paste the index, so it doesn't show any error later. Okay, so these are all the same. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, this is the same. Yeah. Okay, these are all the same. jQuery is the same. And we have a copyright option that's also common. Then we have the footer. The footer is also common. From above the footer, I think, yeah, it's different. So from the footer onwards, it's common for all the pages. So let's copy the footer also from the index page. We're gonna cut the page and paste it on base.html. So all the common data is now stored in the base, and this has to be rendered dynamically on all of the pages. So that means we have to remove these common data from all of these HTML pages. So we have already removed it from index.html. So to render them dynamically, we have to give two tags. So the first one is called block content, and the tag preceding it is called end block. So we are going to give a content here, and we are going to end the block here. So whatever comes inside this block will be rendered dynamically. So to render things inside this block, we have to give the same name of this block for every other pages. So I just want to copy the block content, and I'm going to index, and I'm going to paste it above, and I'm going to copy the end block, going to index, and I'm going to paste it below. So imagine this like a, what do you say? So whatever is inside the block content up to the end block section is now substituted inside the base.html block content. So here comes the substitution of index, contact, and all other pages. So we are going to do this for every other page. But the system doesn't know that all the content should be rendered in the base.html. So we have to extend our pages from the base. So we are going to give a command called extends base.html. So now it understands that all of the content above the content block content and below the end block is now inside the base.html. So, and let's do the same for title also. The title is different for each page now. So I'm gonna clear the title and I'm gonna give a block here and I'm gonna name it title. And I'm gonna end the block here itself. And block. Okay, so here whatever we give for index or contact, it will be substituted over here. So the same thing I'm going to copy and paste in index. So right before the block content, I'm going to paste it here. And inside the block content, block title, I'm going to paste home page. Okay. So this is common for all other pages. So I'm going to copy this much and I'm going to paste it for each and every page. So as we know, we have to select from the start till the navigation ends. So that would be around here and we're going to paste it here. I'm going to change this to contact. Similarly, let's go to cart. Select all of these files. Paste it here and rename this as cart. We're going to go to category, do the same. Till the now, paste. And here we're going to get it. So of category, let's do candles. Candle category. For the checkout page, we going to do the same. To the navigation, and we're going to paste. Checkout. Contact we did already. Order complete. Paste. Complete. Product details. Okay, there's it. Product details. For the shop, we're going to do the same. Paste. Okay. Candles. Now we are going to do the bottom part the same way. So let's go copy the end block. Let's go to the order complete section. We're going to select till the footer static. Yes, here and paste. That's good. And product details. Okay. Product detail page has an extra script. So we are just going to copy the script and paste to the home page anyway. So we don't have to miss anything. So we're going to paste, copy and paste to the base.html. I'm just going to paste it here. Okay. Now again, copy the end block and now paste for the product section. Now we can remove it. Paste. Shop also do the same. HTML to the footer and I'm going to paste. Contact page. paste, part page. Paste. Let me just close all of the files that we now have done. Category page. Paste and check out. Yeah, paste. So we have rendered all of the pages dynamically right now. So let me just close the file and just rerun it. So let's check the pages right now. So this is the home page. As I said, these links won't work right now. So I'm just gonna paste the link here. Let's see contact. Yes, the contact page is working. Let's see shop. The shop is working. So all of the pages are working. Okay, good. Now let's to the Discord. Okay, now comes the images. So we have to dynamically render them from the database. So let's create our database models first. So as I said in the last session, all of our tables and database models will be created in the models.py file. So we are going to create some custom models here. So let's create all of them at once. So the first model would be customers, because we need to have a login and registration page, and we need to store the data of the customers. So let's start with the customers page. So we are going to use Python classes to create models. So the first class will be named as customers, and almost all of them shows a similar syntax. So inside the arguments, we are going to give models.model and colon, and inside the class, the first attribute should be user. Needn't be user, but here I'm going to give user. So as I said in the last session, Django already provides a user model to us. So the user authentication will be automatically handled by the user model. So anyway, we are gonna use the user model to store our customer information. Models dot, we are gonna create a one-to-one field. One-to-one field. And inside the argument section, here we are gonna give the user model. So this is not rendered right now. Let me just, I'll pull it from Django.contrib.org. Yes, that's the same one. So this is the user model given by Django. So we are going to call that user model, and you are going to assign this variable to the user model. Okay. So on delete is equal to models.cascade. This basically means that when we delete a user, the whole user model for that user should be deleted. So on delete, that is, if you delete a user, the whole details of the user should be deleted. That's what this basically means. Models.cascade. And we are going to set this to not null. So null is equal to true. Blank is equal to true is not required actually. So let's remove that. Okay, so the next attribute will be first name. First name. So the first name is also given the same way, models.char field. And inside the arguments, we have set the max length to 100 and null as not, null is equal to true. Okay. Now the last name. I'm just gonna press enter whenever the code editor is true. So the email, we need the email to models.email field. unique is equal to true, not null is equal to true. We need to give. We don't need a max length for email actually, so I'm just going to give it out. Unique is equal to true. Next would be phone. So for phone, we are going to give character field. The max length, let it be 12 actually. And yeah, null is equal to true is good. And the next one should be password. For the password field, we are just going to give max length is equal to 100. The null is equal to true is not actually required for any of these fields. We are just using it to make sure no other errors happen, but this is actually good. We just have to make sure we make this one as true. So the password, and finally we can give the address of the models dot character field max length is equal to 255. Null is equal to true. Let's give blank equals to true. Okay, so this both basically means the same, but it's used in different context. So when you are giving a data in the Django, in the Python Django application, whenever you leave this field as empty, it will work fine. But the blank is equal to true is used whenever you are not giving an address in an HTML file. So this is basically used for the Python language, and this is basically used for the HTML. So we can leave address as a blank for in both of them. And finally, we are going to name our customer model. I'm going to give a string self. We're going to return an F string. Self first name, self last name. So this basically means that the customer model should be represented by the customer's first name and last name. So, or what happens is that when you see the models in the Django admin panel, all the customer models will be named as object 1, object 2, object 3. But instead of that name, we are going to name each model with the customer's first name and last name. So whenever we, I will show it to you when we do the admin panel. Okay, now the customer model is finished. Now let's do the category model. Category. Category, we need a name. We don't need a description for the category. Instead, we can give an image. We just give models.image field, upload to category underscore images. Good. Null is equal to true, blank is equal to true. The category name should be unique. So I'm just going to include a unique parameter here. Unique is equal to true, so that we don't have different categories with the same name. Okay. And we are gonna represent the category with self.name. I'm also gonna give an extra parameter for this one to know the count of products in each category. So this will be used later on. This might not work actually. Self.aggregate just like what we aggregate. Product count is equal to models dot count of product count. Yes, that's good. So what this basically means is that we are gonna give a product count function, and this product count function, whenever called, will return the number of products in the specific category into the HTML page. So whenever we call this function in an HTML page, it will just give the number of this category. How many products are available in this category? That's all. So the next one, let's do the products one. So we need a category for the product. The category will be linked to the category table. So here is where we're going to do the first relation. So we are going to link the product table to the category table. So we are going to give a variable called category, and we're going to set the models as a foreign key. So the category will be our primary key, and do the same. So here, as you can see, category is the name of this class, and the related name will be products. So basically what it does is it makes a one-to-one relation. So the category can access products and the products can access category. So the related name means whenever the category uses the name products, it can access the product associated with it. And whenever the product uses the name category, it can access all the category it's associated with. So, and on delete models.cascade, which means that when you delete a category, all the products in that category will also be deleted. So that's what on delete models.cascade means. Okay. So the category is good. Now let's give the name for the product. Yes, that would be good. And we need an image for our product. Go to product images. Yes, that's good. And we need the retail price of our product. The price will be given as a decimal field, and the maximum number of digits will be 10, and the decimal places maximum will be 2. So there can be 10 number of digits for the retail price, and 2 of them would be decimal places. So that's what this basically means. We cannot. Okay, that's good. Now let's give a description in a text field. And finally, let's give a SKU index number. So basically, every e-commerce site will have an SKU for their product. It's a unique identifier for that specific product. So for this one, let's give models.char field. Max length should be 6. 6 is good. It should be unique. And we can generate it by ourselves from a function. So I'm going to give default is equal to, and I'm going to make a function to generate this one. So let's keep it there. And above the products class, I'm going to create a function called def generate SKU. So what here I'm gonna give a variable called cars. So I'm gonna take the ASCII characters as _, uppercase plus string.digits. So what this basically means is that the characters will be a mixture of alphabets and uppercase alphabets and numbers. So we need to import string. Okay, we have to import string here. Import string. It's not strings, it's just string. String.digits and string.ascii like this. Okay, that's good. So here the default will be, no, we have to do something more. We have to return it. We have to return. Yeah, this is good. We need to import random too. So what random means is that it basically generates a random number between 0 and 1. And it just multiplies the random number from a range of 1 to 6. And it just basically creates a 6-digit random digits for with uppercase and digits. So that's what the SQ will be. So the default here will be generate SQ. Yes. So let's name this with the name. Yeah, that's good. So now we have our customer model, our category model, and our product model. Now we need another model to manage the inventory of the products. So how many are in stock and how many have been given out of stock, and what is the reorder quantity. To save all of them, we need another model called inventory. So I'm gonna make that class inventory. So for the inventory model, we need the product. This will be another relation with the product model. It will be models.one-to-one field with the product, and on delete, the model should be deleted. And let's give primary key is equal to true. So this will be the primary key. Product. Now, don't need these ones. So instead of, we are going to give quantity underscore in underscore stock. So the quantity in stock would be underscore positive integer, can be negative also. Integer field default will be 0. Reorder level would be default, it will be 5. And we are going to give another one to know the last restock date or the last update date. So that will be models dot date time field, and auto now can give it as true. So whenever you give an inventory, make an inventory and update it, auto now is equal to true means it will give the current date when the inventory is updated. It will store the current date in this variable. So reorder level means whenever the stock is below this reorder level, it gives a notification to the seller that this has gone down. This product has gone down. So we need a new stock. So just like that. Okay. Size. No. Def str subdot product dot name. Let's give the quantity. Quantity. Subdot quantity in stock. That's good. So the inventory should be created automatically. We don't have to do it every time when we create a product. So how it should be done is that whenever you add a new product to your database, there should be an inventory for the same product. So sometimes you might forget to create an inventory for your product. So let's make a function to do that automatically. So to make that automatic, we call a receiver function. Let's see, it's not actually a function, it's actually a receiver. We should import that. From Django.dispatch import receiver. Yes. And I'll be using another one called post save. So I'll just import it right now. Okay, now the receiver is working. So what this basically does is it listens to an event whenever the product is received. So I have to make a function for that. Split def. Create inventory. Sender. Instance. Created AWS. If created inventory.objects.create product is equal to instance. Yes. So we have created a receiver for that. Now let's create the model for cart. Class. Cart. It's always creating this automatically. Okay. So we need a status. No, we need the customer model first. Customer would be model store foreign key. On delete. Will it be there? Created at? No, we don't need the created at tag here. Instead, we need the product for the cart. Product would be model store foreign key, product on delete, model store cascade. Yes, that will work. And we need the quantity. Models dot integer field default is equal to 0. And for this one also, we are going to create some custom functions. One to find the subtotal. So the subtotal of the cart can be displayed with this subtotal function. So what it basically does is it multiplies the quantity with the price. Quantity can be, let's just make both of them int. Sometimes it might register itself as a character. So I'll force them both to be int. Okay. The card for customer and the product. Yeah, so that's good. And now yes, we need the payment model. So first we are going to give the status of the payment. Status choices. Yep. Let's give a list. The first, yeah, pending is good, completed. For the completed one, we can give processing. Pending here should be small letter. Pending. Processing. Next one should be successful. Yeah, complete is also good. Yes. Successful. Be cancel. And failed. Let's do this one. Pending processing success cancel and failed. Yep. And next one should be the transaction ID for the particular model payment. So the transaction ID will be the primary key for this one. So it should be unique, yes, and it will also be the primary key. And we need the order model. So before that, I think we need to make the order model. So before the payment, let's create another model called order. And the order also need a status. Just choice. Status will be pending. Yep. Pending processing. No, it should be packed. Pending, packed, shipped, delivered, or failed. It's not cancelled. We already have a cancelled one. Yep. So that will be the choice for the order. We have a customer model, customer.letter name, audit models to cascade, the order date, auto now and is true. Yes, that's good. Total amount would be model store decimal field. That's 10 decimal place 2. Default will be 0. Okay, yeah, that's good. Status would be model store field and length is 20. Let's make it 50. 20 is good. And default is pending. Yeah, default would be pending. And the status choices will be status choices. Yep. Now let's name the folder self customer. Yeah. So the order is done, the cart is done, the inventory is done, the product is done, category, and customer. I'm minimizing all of them so that don't be crowded. So just like the order, we need another model called order details for each of the products inside the order. We need the order details. So it should have have a relation with the order model. So order on delete models dot cascade. Yep. Product order key with product. Better name is equal to order detail on delete models dot cascade, and quantity is equal to models dot integer field. Default will be 0. Price is equal to models dot decimal field. Max length is equal to 10. Decimal place is equal to yes. Good. Yes, so that's also working. Now let's do the remaining for the payment. Yes, we need to include the models. So the order, transaction ID, yep, that's okay. Payment date. Payment date. models.datetime field. For now, secret add. Yep. And the amount should be decimal field. Max digit should be 10. Yep. And the status, yes, we need a status. Models.graph field. You also need the payment method. So models.cap field. Yeah. We're going to name it payment for order. So yeah, that's good. So I think that's all there's to it for the models. Order details, start. Import files. Yep. So the models are done right now. So once we made the models, now we need to migrate them. So the command to do that, first we need to make migrations for them. Making migration means we are gonna change these Python commands into SQL commands. So it will be done automatically by the Django server. So the command to do that is python manage.py make migrations. Setting unique SQL to on a foreign key has the same effect as using a one-to-one field. Inventory.products. It's not a warning, but maybe just check for the product. No, for the inventory. So primary base equal true. I need a related name for this one. Yeah, we need to make this a one-to-one field. One field. Yes. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so now all the migrations are made. Now we need to migrate them. So whenever you make a change to the models.py file, you need to run both of these commands. The first one is make migration, and the second one is migrate. Okay. So let's close the models, and the next thing we need to do. Okay, I will show you the admin page right now. So to go to the admin page, you can just type in /admin, and I will log in with the. As you can see, none of the models have been registered here in the admin page. For them to be registered here, you need to do something in the admin.py file. So here you can register all of your models. So first you need to import the models from the models.py file. So I'm going to write from .models. I can either write all of the model names one by one, or I can just write star. So star basically means all of the functions in the models file. So now I need to register them by one. So the command is admin.site.register and the model name. So similarly, category, product category, order order item. We don't have an order item. We have a customer. Is it customer or customers? It's customers. Okay. The next one would be inventory. Our cart, order details, payment. Yeah, I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Yeah, that's all. So now let's check the admin panel once again. Let's refresh and see. You can see all of the data tables around here. So all of them are empty right now. You can add data from this plus button. So here we can do all of our CRUD operations. So first thing we are going to do right now is let's make a register page. We need a register and login page. So first we are going to do that. So I'm going to make a page called the templates file. I'm going to make a page called register.html. So I'm just going to copy the contact page because it already has a form. So I'm going to copy the contact page over to here. Copy, paste it in here. And I'm going to edit this page to make it. So first things first, this index.html would be changed to Jinja format. So URL, index. Yep, this won't be contact. This would be register. Container row. Contact information, get in touch. We're gonna delete this area. Yep. Instead, this would be, you know. Let's make this MD 6 is too small. Let's make it 12. And in touch should be changed to register here. First, let's also make the views and let's see it. Views for the register page. And make it here. Def register.html and the URLs for it. Yep. And let's see if it works. Register. We can spell that is slash yes. So we are going to change the contact page to a register page. So we already made register here. We need a first name, last name. What else do we need? So we need the contact form here. We can give the method as post. Let's remove this hash. And whenever in Django, whenever you create a form, you have to include a token called CSRF token. So only with this token, you can access a form in Django. So whenever you give a form tag, just below it, you should give a CSRF token. So we have the first name, we have the last name, then we have the email. And we have the subject here. So instead of the subject, let's make it phone. for that. Subject is a big one. No, we need a small one. I'm just gonna copy the first name and last name. This one, copy. I'm gonna paste it for this one. Similarly for this one also. So label is for phone. I'm gonna copy this. Type ID should be phone. Your phone number, yes. And for all of the forms, we also need to include an additional attribute called name. So I'm gonna do it right now. So it's just the same as ID, but ID is for JavaScript and name is for Django. That's basically name. So here, name will be L name. Here, the name will be email. Here, the name will be phone. Okay. So let's try refresh this one. Okay. First name, last name, email, phone, and then we need the password and the confirm password. Let's just copy the same one. Password. Confirm password. Yep. Level 4 will be changed to confirm password. So ID name, yeah. Confirm your password. Let's check. Should be 6. And we don't need a message. Yep. Let's remove this one. This should be empty. And here it should be good. Still, there's something wrong. Oh, shouldn't be here. Yeah, now it's good. First name, last name, email, phone, password, and confirm password. So the password also works correctly. Number works. Yep. So the value should be register. The button should be submit. Yep. And we're going to add something more to this. We're going to do a paragraph tag, and inside we're going to ask them if they already have an account. Already have an account. You don't actually need a separate link for that. Let's copy this link. Let's copy this one and paste it here. So whenever you click on already have an account, it will redirect you to the login page. So we don't have a login page right now, so I'm gonna close this one. Let me check. Yeah, we have. Don't need this one. I'm gonna delete that. So our register page is now complete. So similarly, we are going to make our login page. So go into templates, new files, login.html. I'm going to paste our register page here, and we are just going to edit it. Change this to login. And here we can make it login here. All of this will be the same. We don't need a first name and last name. We just need the email and password. So I'm going to remove this. Yep. We need the email. Don't need the phone number. And we need the password. And let's make both of them 12. So it will be a bit more bigger. Password. We don't need a confirm password. Okay. And here we can change this to login. And this can be changed to don't have an account. Okay, now we need to make views for this one. Def login. So whenever you make a template, you need to make a views and URL for that page. So we just made a view, and similarly, we made a URL. So now let's check that out. Login. Says it doesn't exist, but let me just close the server and just reply once again. Slash login. Yeah, now it works. So we have our login page around here. Email address, password, and login option. Don't have an account? No. Now we can give the links to connect them both. Here we can give the link of the register page. Similarly, in the register page, we can give the link for the login page. Let's see if it works. Don't have an account. Yeah, you went to the register page. Already have an account. You're going to login page. Good. Okay, now what we are going to do? We are going to we need to access all of these pages from the navigation menu instead of writing on the URL around here. So let's go to the base.html and just let's edit the navigation tree. Okay, so this index.html would be changed to index, the footwear. So let's name our website something. So this is a candle website. So instead of footwear, let's give it a name. Let's call it Aura Candle. Candle. Let's check the name. Aura Candle. Good. So now, whenever you click the link, it will go to the home page. Good, it's working. So we need to change all of these things. So let's start. Let's remove this class. We don't need a drop down, so let's remove a drop down. So the home would be the index page. I'm going to copy this one here. This will be the index. This will be changed. We need the home page. Then we need the candles or the products page. So this will be shop. And we need the contact page. Don't need the about page. Yeah. And we're going to change the cart to the URL for the cart. We're going to remove this part from here. And we are also going to give the link for registration. So this, let's call this as account. Let's check that out. Good. So we have the candles page. So this will be the contact page, and this will be the account page. This redirects to the register page, and from the to go to the login page, you can click here, back, and the cart page. Yeah. So all of the pages are working right now. So we are gonna make changes to the website now. So let's go back to export. Now let's make views for the register and login. So first, let's make a function to check if the password is strong. We always need that to make sure the passwords are strong. So let's make a function called is password strong. Strong. The argument will be a password, and we are going to use an if condition, and inside the if condition would be if the length of the password is less than 8, true. Okay, this is good actually. So we now have a pass checker for if the password is strong. So now let's edit the register view. So first thing, let's make it in a try block. So whenever an error comes, it shows an error message. So inside this try block, we are going to give the first command, that is if the request.method is equal to is post. So what this basically means is that you can just check over our register form, and the method for our register is post. So whenever you click the submit button for this form, the method will be given as post, and it will register on the views page. And if the button is clicked, this if condition will be invoked. So we have a try here, and inside the try, we are checking if the button is clicked. If the button is clicked, we are going to take the values from the buttons. So first thing we need, this is not correct actually. We need the first name. First name would be request.post. We don't need to write get. Request.post in square brackets. Our name was f name, right? Let me just make sure. Yes, it's f name. So the name given here. So that's what we're going to look for. F name, L name, email, phone, password, and confirm password. So we're going to give it one by one. First name, last name, email, phone, password, confirm password. Okay, so let's remove both of these and just write it there. So if password not equal to confirm password, then we need to give a message saying, no, that's not how we do that. We need to give a message dot error. So we need to import the message first. Let's import some things that we need anyway. We need, don't need it really. We need render. We need redirect. We need get object 404. And Django response import messages is required. And later on, we will need the model. So from dot models, import star. So that's good for right now. Messages. Yeah, it should be messages total. Passwords do not match. And if the passwords do not match, we need to return the user to the register page. And the second condition is if not is password strong. So we are going to check for this condition, that is if our password is not strong, the message should be message.error request. Password must be at least 8 characters long, contain letter, number, and special characters. Good. And if not, they should be returned to the register.html page. And the next thing we need to do is, if all of these things are satisfied, then we need to make a user. The user will be user dot objects dot create user. Username is equal to email. Let me just give it down. Password is equal to password. First name is equal to first name. Last name is equal to last name. And there's one more we're missing here. Email should be also be equal to email. Yep. Yeah, that's good. And we are going to make the customer model now. So we need to make both of these models. Customer is equal to customer dot objects dot create.
Jonah, can I just interrupt?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, Jonah, you can continue, okay? But I got to leave now, okay? So let me just tell the students that the next session, we will announce it through our channel. So please make sure that you keep an eye out for it. And also, you will get the invitation through your mail, okay? So don't worry about don't worry about missing the session. So please keep an eye out for the WhatsApp channel. So check the schedule in the channel. Okay, so we haven't got a schedule for the session tomorrow. Okay, and make sure you fill out the feedback form as well. Jonah, you can continue. Okay, so I got another session which is planned at 8:30. Okay, so you continue.
Okay, sure.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'm exiting. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, we are going to create the customer model right now. So we are going to give the user as user, and the first name, last name, the same thing we just gave right now. Phone, first name, last name, the email. Email is equal to email, and the password equals to password. Yeah. So yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah. So both of those are done. And so this is basically creating a new entry in our database. So when the button is clicked, if all of these validations are successful, we are going to create a new user and we are going to create a new customer also. Say, a user can be both a customer or an admin. So we need to create it anyway. For the customer, we need to create a customer model. Okay, then we are going to authenticate the user. So you can give user is equal to authenticate. We need to call authenticate. Okay, so we need to import from Django. Dot contrib.auth, not as auth login. Login is good. And logout also. Yes, we need the user model also. Okay, so here we have authenticated the user. Now what we have to do is, after authenticating, we need to log in the user. So let's give that. I think we need to change the name of this function because it will not work correctly. We are going to change it to user login. This login means the login we are importing from here, and this is a different function. So that means we need to change the name in the URLs also. Let's change this to user underscore login. Yeah. Okay. So here, login the request and user, and show a successful message. Message of success, registration successful. And return a direct to index is good. And if not, we need an except function. The exception would be give another message of error. Another occurred during registration, please try again. That's a good message. Yep. And let's return render request. And here, let's it should be user except should be around here. Turn and the register.html. So we have created our register model right now. So let's see if this one works. So before that, we have given a message model here, but we don't have a place to display our message. So let's give that in the base.html page. So around here, under the navigation, let's give. If there are messages, let's give an if condition there. If messages for message, let's give a class there. Div class. It's an alert. And alert info of messages. So page notification. The role should be alert. For message in messages, I'm going to remove all of remotes. We're going to give this in strong text. Just going to make it bold. So what this means is that this div should not be shown every time. So whenever there is a message, this if condition will be alerted, and this div tag will be shown. And inside the div tag, the message that is given in the shown in the views page will be shown here in bold text. Yep, div and navigation course. Yeah, that's all. And let's do something more. The thing is, let's try our okay, let's try registering that. Account register. So I'm going to give my details, Jonah Satheesh, my phone number. For the password, I'm going to give password at 123. And here I'm going to just write pass. Let's see if it works. See, the message has been shown. Passwords do not match, so I need to register again. So I'm going to give the same password, but a short one. Let's see for validations work. See, the password must be at least 8 characters long, contain letters, numbers, and special characters. So this is the message box that we just created. It is just below the navigation bar, and it is in bold. It's not actually in bold right now, but still it shows us the message. Now let's create a user with correct details. Password at 123. The P is capital. Password at 123. Register. Registration successful. Okay. So our registration is working right now. And now we need to do the login. And another problem is that even though our registration is successful, we still have this account option. That means we can still register here, but that shouldn't be the case. Once a person has been registered, they shouldn't see the register option again. So let's make some changes in the base template. So around here, let's make a condition. That is, if the user is authenticated, yeah, that's good. So if the user is authenticated, do not show the account page. If not, show the card with the account page. So if the user is already authenticated, they won't be seeing the account page. They will only see the card option here at the top. But if the user is not authenticated, they will see the card page, the card option and the account option. Let's see. Now we know that our user is authenticated. Let's refresh and we don't see the account option anymore. But now there is no option to log out. So let's give an option to log out also. So let's create the function for that. So log out. That's good. Now we need to create the views. We need to create the URLs for it. Yeah. And now we can create the link for it. Let's check. Icon. All right. Row right. Yeah. So now we have the logout option. I have logged out. Now I can again register or sign up here. We haven't given the details for signing up. Let's do that now. Let's go to the login page. Everything is actually set up here correctly. So we don't need the login page anymore, not the register page. Now we need to make the views for the login page. So the user login. Yeah. So inside the login page, what you're going to do is we again need to check if the button hit the submit button. So the request method is equal to post. So this is actually common for whenever you want to click a button, you just give this condition there. You're going to take the email and the password, and user is equal to authenticate. We need an extra parameter here called request, username, password, and if the user doesn't exist, we already have it here. If user is not none, login request user, login successful. Let's say welcome back, user's name, user dot first name, don't need last name, just do the first name. I'm giving an exclamation mark. So what this basically does is that we are taking the email and password from our login.html page. So here the email and password we're taking. And when the user clicks the login button, the data will be entered into the user login function. So email will have the email, password will have the password. And this authenticate function will basically check with the username and password inside the user model. So if it actually exists and the password is the same as the password there, and if the user is not none, that means if a user does exist, if the user is none, it will show you an invalid or email or password option. But if the user exists, then it will log in the user and show a message, success message, saying login successful, welcome back. The user's first name will be displayed here, and you'll be redirected to the index page. So that's what is going on here. The else condition should be, for the else condition, yeah, we can return them to the login page itself. Okay, now let's check the login functionality. So let's log in with our email. In the password is different. Let's check. PASSWORD@123. Login. Yeah, login successful. Welcome back user.first name. Oh, wow. Let's check that once again. Why is it showing? Oh, because it's not in an F string, that's why. It should be in an F string. Now it should work. Let me log out and try. You have been logged out successfully. Let me just try logging in once again. Okay, login successful. Welcome back, Jonah. Now that's working. So we have completed our registration and our login. So still, as you can see, the message doesn't disappear. It just stays on the page forever. And unless another message comes, or you just refresh the page. So we need the message to disappear after 5 seconds. So let's just write a short code for that also. Let's make a JavaScript code to disappear the message. That's in the bottom of the base.html page, we can write it. So we can write a script here. Inside the script, you can say set timeout function. Yes, dot messages dot fadeouts of slow dot 3000. 3000 means 3 seconds. We can give 5 seconds, or yeah, 5 seconds is good. So what this basically means is that the message will be hidden after 5 seconds. Let's try that. Let's log out and wait 5 seconds. Yeah, perfect. Now that works too. Now let's edit the banners. As we can see, there are no images around here. So let's make some images and edit them. So I have already made some images to save the time. I made it using AI. So let's add these images for the website. To do that, let's go to the index page. Okay. So as you can see, there are 3 background image options. As you can see, there are 3 options here. There's actually some text over here. So for the 3 background images, we are going to substitute our own images. The thing is, if I use Ginger template here, the image will work right now. I can show it to you by giving Ginger here. Percentage URL. Let's see if it works. Let's use single quotes and try. Now it works. Perfect. So it should be static here. Okay. So now the default images work right now. So we are going to substitute these images. Instead of these images, we are going to substitute our own images. So let's go to the static file and let's go to images folder. And here we can see the image background 1, 2, and 3. So let's copy our images. We are going to take this, and this. They're going to copy them. And I'm going to paste it inside the images. Yep, I'm going to paste it there. And I'm going to rename these ones to the names in here. This one will be renamed to this Image background 2 will be renamed to this, and image background 3 will be renamed to this. Okay, we have renamed all the images, and we just need to change the extension now from JPG to WebP. So because our images are in a WebP format, we are going to change the format here. And let's just copy this to here and here. Similarly, this to from here to here, here and here. Let's see. Yes, now our images work. All three of our images work right now. Good. Okay, now let's add 4 categories for the candles. As you can see, there are actually 2 categories here, men's collection and women's collection. Let's add 4 categories for the candles. To do that, we can go to the index page, and below here, this is the option for collections. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to the admin panel, and we're going to add them into the database. So we already have a database or model called categories. We are going to add to that model, and we're going to render them dynamically here instead of static. So this is the first time we are going to use our admin panel. So we're going to the categories database, and we're going to add a new category. The category name, let's say the first category, let's call it the rose collection. I have already created them in another file. So for that one, let's use this image, and let's add another one. Let's call this the lavender collection. For that, we can use the image with the lavender. And let's now create the vanilla collection. For that, let's use this image. And finally, let's create one more. Let's create the lemon collection. This is good. Save. Now, let's go back to our site. We can't see it anymore here, but we need to edit this so that we can see it there. So we have 2 categories here. I'm just going to minimize them. I'm going to remove one category because we only need one of them, and we are going to render all 4 of them dynamically in just one of these. So we are going to use a loop to do that. So here, before you are doing the loops, we need to send the data in our database into this index.html page. To do that, we are going to the views.py. We are going to find our index function, and here we are going to send let's get a name called category, a variable name. And in this category name, we are going to call our category table .objects.all. So this category, the one with the capital C, it refers to the table category table. And .objects.all means we are calling all the objects in the category. That means all the data in the category. And we are gonna give them here as a, so let's give another variable called context, and inside the context we are going to make a dictionary, and inside the dictionary I'm going to give category as category. There are a lot of categories, so I'm going to make it plural. Categories. No, that should be category. Yeah. And here I'm going to give context. So basically, you can just give the dictionary over here, But to make it more clean, I'm going to give it to another variable and I'm going to call the variable here. So now the categories in this table are sent to the index page. Now you can go to the index page and just call them. Before doing that, let's make a for loop. For category in categories. So categories is our main file, and category is just a variable we are using here to iterate over the categories table. And we are just closing the loop now. Here we have given the category name, and here we have given the category image. The image shouldn't be given like this. Don't need a static here. Category.image.url. So that's the way to call an image. And this is the way to call a name. Let's see if it works. Nope. Index.html context. Let's see what's wrong with our views file. Nothing wrong there. For category in categories. Let's see. URL called is, yeah, here the autocorrect actually gave the Jinja, the main Jinja. We need the secondary Jinja. Okay. So this is the double curly brackets. We don't need the percentage symbol here. So that's how we are going to call it there. Let's try it once again. Yeah, now I think it should work. Yeah. So the 4 categories has been shown here. The rose collection, the lavender collection, the vanilla collection, and the lemon collection. All these images was generated by AI using a website called Hugging Face. Hugging Face is actually a free repository where a lot of AI models are hosted on it. So you can just use AI image generation models for free in there. And this bestseller and trusted partners section, I'm going to delete those things. So this section and this section I'm going to delete. And now I'm going to we need to add products right now. Okay. So let's go to the shop page. Shop. So in this page, we are going to give the products. So this should be product. When it's changed to shop. Let's go to the views and the shop function. Let's get our inventory. So the inventory has all of the quantity of the products stored. So we are going to use the inventory to access the products. The context will be inventory called inventory. And the context is given. So we haven't given any inventory actually. So let's go to the admin panel and give some products also quickly. /admin site. Okay, products. Let's add some products for each category. Let's add one each, I think. Category. For the rose collection, I'm going to name it just rose1. And I'm going to choose a file. Yeah, this is good. and retail price 122, something else, I don't care. Save and add another lavender collection, lav one, choose a file. Yep. Retail price 133. The vanilla collection one, sorry, vanilla one. All right, something. Oh, I haven't chosen the file. Vanilla. This is vanilla. I think that's vanilla. Save and add another, and lemon collection. Lemon one. Open that. Okay. Let's add one more to the list. What's left? We have 2 roses. So we have 2 lemon. Yeah, can add a lemon. Lemon collection. Lemon 2. Retail price 165. Something blah blah blah. Save. Okay, now all of our products are saved, and let's create inventory for them. Let's create for the rows. The quantity in stock must be 10. For love one, 10. For vanilla, 10. For lemon, 10. And for lemon 2, 10. Save. So we have inventory also. Let's log out. Get out of here. Let's go to the shop. This is our shop page. Now let's edit this to preview our data, the shop page. I'm gonna delete this one. What else? Features, specifications. This also I'm gonna delete. Don't need this products page. So view all products here. So this is what we're gonna edit. Women's words. Let me just minimize all of the products that's shown in the web page already, because we don't need any of them. We are going to delete all of them and give our own products here. There are a lot of products given here. Yeah, so I'm gonna select all of them except for one, and I'm going to delete them. And here I'm gonna give our for loop into percentages. Don't forget that. For item in inventory, and let's cross the for loop here. And for now inside this one, let's cross that. The image should be item.get absolute URL. Let's not do that for now. Team item.image dot item dot product dot image dot URL. It should be, and dot name. Similarly, this should be item.product.name, and this item.product.price. Not price, retail price. Is that it? Is that it? I think there should be a divider also. So do, and let's give a condition here. It's not actually required, but let me just give it anyway. if condition, if for loop dot counter slash divisibility by 4, divisible by 4, 4 should be in the quotes. And not for loop dot last, then slash let's give a div, the class is equal to w minus 100. Let's close the div here, div log here, and if and for. Yeah, that should work. And we don't need any of this stuff over here, nor this. Yeah, I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this. Let's see our shop page now. Yes, all of the products are showing. So what I basically did is that once every 4 products are shown, there should be a new line. So that's what I basically did here. If for loop dot counter divisible by 4, so when the for loop reaches 4, and if the for loop is not the last loop, just give a break here. So this is basically an HTML break. The class is actually from Bootstrap. You can find it in Bootstrap page. So that's what I've given here. So as you can see, all the products have been showing here. Now, when I click on the product, I need to go to the product detail page. So that's what we are going to do next. So let's make a view for the product detail page. Shop's done, product detail. So for product detail, we only have one page, and this one page should give details for all the products. So we are going to make it dynamic. So with the request, we are going to give a primary key as a ID. So the page will be made dynamic. So when you give a primary key here, you also need to give it in the URLs. So for the product detail, yeah, it's the one. I don't know why it's just shown product. Slash int pk. So that's how we do it. Integer of pk. Views also has a primary key associated with it. Now, what you're going to do is here we have to take the inventory again. Inventory is equal to inventory dot. Yep, and we're going to give a context. Yes, and we're going to pass the context in here. So the view is done, the URLs is done. Now let's go to the product detail page, and it's a mess right now. Let's set it up. First things first, this should be changed to URL index. Home and product details. Before doing that, I need to link the show page to the product detail page. So let's do that also. Here in the link section, let's give the URL for the that detail and we need to provide the item primary key, item.pk is put. I'm going to give the same down here also. So if you click the image or the name, you will be directed to the product page. So let's check that out. It won't be working perfectly, but let me just refresh the page and let me check again. Yeah. So now it redirects us to the general page right now, the products page. Now we need to customize it so that the information for the one we clicked shows up here. Let's do that. So the product details, you can just substitute it with the name of the product. That would be inventory dot product dot name. In a row, column. So this is basically the images of the file. So there are 4 images. We only need 2. Yeah, actually only have 1, but we need to give 2 images for this to work. The same image I'm going to repeat over again. So here, I'm going to give inventory dot product dot image dot URL. Yep, and I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna paste it inside here also. Let me just check if it works. Yeah, the image works right now. And we're gonna edit this details. So okay, now what we're gonna do? For SM4, yeah, that's okay. Humans, goods, human. So here our product name should be shown. Just gonna copy it from the above. Just copy and paste. And here I'm gonna paste it again, but I'm gonna make it retail price. And I need ratings. No. I'll close this one. And here for the description, I'm gonna give our description. That would be product dot description. Don't need a size wrap. I'm gonna delete that. What am I gonna do again? T left minus y. Right, delete it. Memory. Yes. Okay, so don't need this one. Don't need this one. Don't need this div. I need this one. So I go here. Yes. So that's one done. And I'm going to give a condition here. If the user is authenticated, dot is authenticated, I'm going to give a form. A form. The action would be it's going to end up. This is also wrong. It should be add to cart. Don't need the inventory ID. The input type should be hidden. Name should be inventory ID. The value should be inventory.product.id. And under that, just okay. So this is not correct. This much should be tab. No, it's okay. If us input group or for span class input group button. So what I'm basically doing is that when I click on add to cart, the data, that is the name of the product and the price, should be given to the cart page. So I'm setting up the page in such a way that it doesn't make any errors. So there should be span, I can plus. So this is basically the plus and minus symbol for increasing or decreasing of the quantity. Then we have a div here. Shouldn't be here, should be there. Class row. It's not making much sense. Button span. Div. Add to cart. The link I'm going to leave it blank. And let's do an on click here. on click submit form function. So I need to make a JavaScript function for this to work. Add to cart. Okay, do and else do class input group and before. Let's see how it works right now. Yes, and block and block and block. And should have. Let's first write the script for this and let's work it out. The time is going a bit too fast. I actually have a backup for this page. Let's do that. It will be much faster, I think so. I'm gonna make a new window. I'm just gonna open folder, desktop. Let's do this. Realistically, it should work right now. Yes. Okay. So when we can increase our quantity here, we can add to cart here. We can see our candles here. We can go to a home and let's do the category page right now quickly. So the same thing. The HTML, let's skip the HTML parts quickly. Category, gonna paste in the category. And yeah, that should do right now. Let's go to the index page and link. category.id. ID. Need to make the views for the category. Should be categories B.A. I'm just calling in the category table to show the categories in the page. And I'm going to call the inventory table to filter category, not just the category, the product category. And give a context. I'm going to pass in the context here. Let's see if it works. So what is showing category one arguments found? Oh, we didn't do the URLs. URLs category. Int B.K. Does that fix it? Yep. So thought I did the category page. Let's check it once more. Product category dot name. The category should be current category. Okay, now does it work? Yes, it works. Okay, so the home page works, the category works, the category product works. You can add content. Add to cart won't work right now. You need to set that up also. So basically, so the time has succeeded. I don't have enough time to set up the remaining pages. So I'm just going to explain what I have done till now. I have a demo page that I have already done. So I'm just going to open that one and I'll explain how things have been done quickly. So this is the one. Let's post this one. Control C. Then I'll run this one. Yep. So this is our website. We have our nav bar, we have our collections, we have our categories. When you click on a category, you go to the category page. When you click on a product, you go to the product page. You can add as many products as you want and you can add to cart, but you need to be logged in. So let's go to the account. Let's register our name. I'm just going to use a different email ID since I already used this email ID once. And the password, I'm going to keep it the same at 123. Password at 123. I'm going to register. Now the site works, the registration worked. Now let's try adding things to our cart. We can add stuff to the cart. the ad has worked. This is the cart page. There are 2 items. The subtotal has been shown here. So the subtotal function that we used in our models is now used here to show the subtotal. The quantities has increased, and the more quantity you increase, the subtotal will also be increased. And you can proceed to checkout. This is the checkout page, and you can give your address around here, something, blah, blah, blah. And the only option that I have put here is cash on delivery. I haven't integrated a payment method, and you can place your order and see the purchase has been completed. So there's also a profile page, a dashboard page. So I wanted to set up this page live today, but I can't do that because of the time. So the profile page has the profile information, the recent orders, and you can see, click on the recent orders, see your order, the order date, the order status, the address, the quantity, the subtotal. If you want to buy more, you can buy again, do stuff like that. And let's go to the admin panel and check that also. Again. So this is the admin panel. These are our tables. So we have our cart, and currently there's something in the cart, and the categories, the lemon collection, the customers, the inventory of each product. We have the products here. We have the order details here. We can see the order details. We can see the orders here, and we can see the payment here. We can check the payment. We can give the status as successful, and we can just save it. So now the payment is successful, and we can go to the order and click on order and give it as packed and saved. So now for the user, it will be showed as packed. And once it is delivered, you can give it as delivered and save. So all of these things in the admin panel, we didn't do any code for that. It's all built in with the Django functionality. So you can save a lot of time to where you could have taken to build code for each one of these tables. So you don't need to create, read, or update. You don't need to do code for any of these operations in the Django admin panel. So the only place where you have done code for the CRUD operations is in the cart page. So I've shown you when you log in. In the cart page, okay, so that's not just. Okay. Okay. This might not work as I expected it to be. Let's try logging on. Okay, that worked. Yeah, and the card works. So whenever you click on plus, the database is being updated. Even when you click on minus, the database is being updated. So here, then you can see in the views method, the function being worked here is the remove from cart method is being worked, the add to cart method is being worked, and delete items in cart method is also being worked. So when you click on remove, the delete item from cart is being worked. So you can go to shop and add more items. So then the add to cart will work. When you click on minus, the remove from cart item will work. So there you can have the whole CRUD operations. So this is the CRUD operations that's being done there. And for transaction ID, the cash on delivery is being sent to the database. You can place your order. There is a lot of code to be written there. It's just basically checking if for conditions and all. The if method, requested method is always common whenever you're going to use forms. You have to write it for the method there, and just take in the variables from the forms. Check for conditions. If the conditions are satisfying, do the operations. That's it. It's way too easy to do it. Once you get to know the basics is very easy. The only hard part doing here is working with the HTML tags. So these names are all part of the HTML Bootstrap template. I can just show you quickly. If you check on HTML Bootstrap, we have already called the HTML Bootstrap in our code. And what this does is that the Bootstrap side gives us a lot of classes, Bootstrap classes. See, like accordion examples, these are all classes. So when you include these classes in your code, you can use these items. So these drop-down items, and you can use badges like this. You can use different kinds of buttons with different colors and different styles. You can use drop-down menus like this. So just to use this, you just need to use this class. So if you use a class dropdown, your code inside that div will be in a dropdown. So just get familiar with the Bootstrap side. It's way too easy to use this. You just need to integrate it to your file system just with a link. So just add this link to your file or your HTML. Then you can use it online. The only thing is that you need internet connection to use Bootstrap, or you can download it also. It's not a big file. So yeah, that's what it's done in the HTML here. So all these classes are all Bootstrap classes. So whenever you use a class here, just if you don't know what this means, go to Bootstrap and check this class. For example, if you don't know what a row is, go to Bootstrap and the search button, click on row, and you can see the rows here. So what does a row or column mean? So this is a row column. These are just rows. A row has inbuilt columns, how you can use them, how you can style them. It's all written here. So that's basically what I wanted to show you today. So if you want to ask me something, or if you want me to clarify something, you can ask always. You can ask right now. If you want me to explain some code that you have missed, or you want me to explain, you can ask me right now. There's nothing else for me to show regarding this, because the time given to me was 9:30 and it's already 9:40. So there's nothing else you guys want to speak about, then thank you. So you have completed the section. So thank you for sticking out. Thank you for joining. I hope you got an idea of something. You can't learn Django with just one class. You need to do it by yourself. There are a lot of YouTube videos available. You can just check it out, do with them. When you do 2 or 3 projects, you will be familiar with the concept and you can do it very easily. Okay, you already asked the question. Sir, can you explain how to connect MongoDB database to your application? So MongoDB is actually an external database. So you need to download the MongoDB application for that. I haven't downloaded it yet. I don't have it in my database right now. So I can't show it to you right now, but still you can actually contact me through LinkedIn and I can give you a quick way on how to do that. If you have a LinkedIn ID, that is. Yeah, MongoDB is actually a good application. So whenever you want to use unstructured database for your Python project, you'll go for MongoDB. So right now we have used DB SQLite. DB SQLite is actually Django's inbuilt database server. You can't actually open it, but you can use it through Django only. So yeah, thank you so much. So I'm gonna leave. Bye.